President Tinubu elevates General Oluyede as he changes service chiefs. We support CBN's fiscal reforms. Nigeria Governors Forum tells the federal government.
Governors commended his thanks coordinated approach.
Also on the news, 4 million low-income women to benefit from Nigeria for Women's Scale-Up projects.
Nigeria for Women's Scale-Up is reshaping local economies, reducing household vulnerabilities, and positioning women as the true drivers of inclusive growth.
Good evening, I'm Lami Ali, and this is the Nta Network News live from Abuja. You're welcome. With the stories making headlines across the nation, from Lagos, Hingino John Adams captures the beat of the nation's economic center. And in business, Benny Adams brings you the latest on market and the big money moves shaping our economy. So, Benny, what's new in business?
Well, we'll be giving you cheering news that Nigeria is now off financial action. Task Force grey list, which increases investor confidence.
And in the sports, Badia Delay has the stories making waves in the world of sports. Bade.
Well, Nigeria's Super Falcons are one step away from qualifying for the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations.
You can join us on nta.com/. You can social media platforms handles displayed on the screen here on the Nta Network News. Now, let's begin with appointments. In a decisive move to tackle Nigeria's persistent security challenge, President Bola Tinubu has carried out a major shakeup in the nation's military leadership, placing all the service chiefs and the Chief of Defense Staff. The sweeping changes, which also include new appointments for the Army, Navy and Air Force, and the Chief of Defense Intelligence, signals the President's resolve to inject a fresh strategy and renewed vigor into the fight against terrorism, banditry and other security threats confronting the country. Defense correspondent Olajide Bello takes a look at the new faces at the helm of the armed forces and their profile.
Command team at the helm of the forces. The men appointed to lead the military campaigns. First, the new Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, a seasoned infantry leader, was commissioned in 1992. His extensive career includes frontline command in Operation Hadinke in the Northeast, international missions in Liberia and Bakassi, and in a related move, Major Wide Shuaibu, an armored corps specialist, appointed as the new Chief of Army Staff. He is credited with major gains against terrorist groups in the Northeast, known for his disciplined leadership and focus on morale. Protecting the nation's vital economic interest at sea is the new Chief of the Naval Staff. Rear Admiral E.D. moves up from leading the Central Naval Command, where he oversaw the central crackdown in illegal oil bunkering of stolen crew. In the air, the new Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sunday Aneke, he is one of the most experienced pilots in the force with over 4,300 flying hours. His most recent role was shaping the next generation of officers as Deputy Commander of the Nigerian Defense Academy. Meanwhile, the Chief of Defense Intelligence, Major General Emmanuel Udiandeye, retains his position. The nation now looks to this new team to bring their vast operational experience to bear on Nigeria's complex security challenges. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
In other news, President Tinubu congratulates Japan's first female Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, praising her decades-long contributions to her political party and governance. He looks forward to working with her, strengthening Nigeria-Japan relations and exploring areas of mutual benefits. President Tinubu shows Nigeria's continued goodwill and support for Japan, citing their deep, productive and strategic relationship. The Nigeria Governors Forum says the federal government's fiscal reforms currently being implemented by the Central Bank of Nigeria aligns with the national development priorities. This and other top national issues shaping the direction of governance in Nigeria formed the communique drafted as the end of its sixth meeting held in Abuja. Political correspondent Abubakar Akwanga brings us the details.
The arrival of governors across 36 states of the Federation signals the commencement of a long day, and as their number reaches climax, they all return to a closed-door session which endures for several hours. After an exhaustive session with the Deputy Governor of the Epes Bank, Economic Policy Dr. Mohammed Sani Abdullahi, federal government stabilization effort to restore price stability receives governor's nod.
Stop inflation, enhance liquidity management, and consolidate macroeconomic stability. Governors commended the central bank's coordinated approach.
Director General State Security Services Adeola Oluwatosin Ajayi made a presentation on emerging security threats and led to strengthen coordination.
To DSS for its proactive engagement and reiterated their commitment to deepen intelligence sharing and collaboration with the federal security agencies.
The forum also notes that the reserved seat for Women Bill HP 1349 will be voted between November 4 and 6, 2025. The bill, which seeks to amend the Constitution, will create special constituencies exclusively for women to contest. In Abuja, Abubakar Akwanga.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu West Nigeria's removal from the Financial Action Task Force FATF grey list, describing it as a major milestone in the nation's journey towards economic reform, institutional integrity, and global credibility. FATF, the global that sets standards against money laundering and terrorist finance, announced Nigeria's delisting at its plenary in Paris. President Tinubu said the achievement follows over 2 years of sustained reforms and strong interagency collaboration in the country's financial system. He commended the Nigerian Financial Intelligence NFIU and its director Hafsat Abubakar Bakari for leading the process and appreciated support from key government agencies and institutional partners. According to the president, this is not just a technical accomplishment, but a strategic victory and a renewed vote of confidence in Nigeria's financial governance. Now, about 4 million low women across the 30 states of the Federation have been targeted for empowerment expanded phase of the Nigeria for Women Scale-Up project. Minister of Affairs revealed this as the inauguration of the Federal Committee to build on the successes of the pilot phase of the project for another 5 years. Ngozi Technical has more on this.
With the committee constituted, the tasks before them, as outlined by the Women Affairs Minister, who chairs the Nigeria for Women Program Scale-Up project, include creating capital for women at the grassroots, training and monitoring responses of beneficiaries. The steering committee also has the mandate to ensure the full coverage of women economic empowerment in the 36 states and FCT for the next 5 years.
By replacing fragmented interventions with a systematic model, the Women Scale-Up is reshaping local economies, reducing household vulnerabilities, and positioning women as the true and stability.
Through this Scale-Up program, we are expanding the program to reach the program's reach, deepening the impact, and ensuring that no woman in our development agenda.
The Nigeria for Women program remains a priority for the World Bank, as it is a priority for the government of Nigeria.
It was also an avenue for the Women Affairs Minister to create ideas, mentorship with World Bank and others to ensure success of the Women Empowerment Project. In Abuja, Ngozi Technical, NT News.
The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Pati, has reiterated President's commitment to transforming Nigeria's health and social landscape, emphasizing that the administration is to expand the reach and quality of healthcare services nationwide. This was at the unveiling, handover and signing of the Memorandum of Understanding transferring the University of Hospital become the new Federal University Teaching Hospital, Akure, Ondo State. The ceremony held in Akure, Ondo State capital, marks a significant milestone in the federal government's efforts to strengthen healthcare delivery and expand tertiary health services across Nigeria. Professor Pati, who represented President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, expressed deep appreciation to the Ondo State government and traditional institutions for seamless collaboration in facilitating the transition, commending Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa and his team for their commitment and support, describing the model of effective federal-state cooperation in advancing national health objectives.
We're expanding the footprints of Nigerian health sector in collaboration with state governments. So if we join hands as Nigerians and support the president's effort, I believe over time we'll see the health system that we desire.
Akure is supposed to be about 4 local governments, but we're only 1. No teaching hospital. But who said it's going to happen on his own time, and he made it happen.
The 80th anniversary has been commemorated in Maiduguri for partnership and resilience in addressing humanitarian challenges, particularly in the northeast region. Pauline Kujivana reports.
The event, which featured a panel discussion on the theme Building Nature Together from Crisis to Resilience in Northeast Nigeria, brought together stakeholders from government, academia, civil society, and the international community to chart a path towards peace and inclusive growth. Speaking virtually, the UN Secretary and to strengthening interventions and empowering local NGOs to respond more effectively.
The challenges that this region is enduring, trying to address and support the root causes and promote solutions.
To this reform of UN, to make it a success, improve the way UN approaches, UN finance, UN support, and UN assist all over the world.
The Governor, Secretary to the State Government, Bukar Tijani, highlighted Nigeria's enduring partnership with the UN since 1960.
It is the wish and also resolve and of His Excellency that we continue to partner more strongly with the UN.
Vice Chancellor of the University of Maiduguri, Professor Lamine Mele, and a representative of the civil society organizations, Abubakar Suleiman, both called the UN's significant role in supporting humanitarian response across Borno State and the wider Northeast. These commemorations renewed commitment, hope, and collective resolve to strengthen collaboration between the United Nations, government, and local actors in building a peaceful and resilient for all. Vanna, NTA News.
We pause now for some messages. The news continues after. Do stay with the NTA.
Part of Owerri, business never sleeps. From sunrise to sundown, the wheels keep turning. And behind the scenes, vision meets action. Governor Hope Uzodimma's leadership has turned manifestos into reality. But progress needs speed. Imo is to check from land to sky to river deep. Gods are watching, protecting dreams and opportunity. At Orashi's quiet hydropower set to energize a growing economy. New roads emerge, industry hums, communities come alive. At the center, a digital revolution. 500,000 young minds trained each year to build as a rises, so does and the hope of people. A new Imo is on the rise.
FFDGN, United we stand. The Forum of former Deputy Governors of FFDGN announces a final conference holding October 20 2025. Time 9 a.m. daily. Conference Center, Abuja Continental Hotel, Abuja, Nigeria. Featuring Nigeria's productive capacity for national growth and self-reliance. Role of leadership, industry, and innovation in policy implementation. Under the chairmanship His Excellency Senator Anyim Pius Anyim, GCON, and His Excellency Senator Aliyu Wamako, CON. Special features include the Nation Builders Awards. Announces His Excellency Chris Akomas, PhD, FNIM, National Chairman. His Excellency Mokhtar Shehu Shagari, Deputy National Chairman, North. His Excellency Barrister Hazim Bolaromi, Deputy National Chairman, South. Attendance is strictly by invitation.
FFDGN, United we stand.
Wow! There's always more with Mr. Chef in the Mr. Chef Extra Jar promo. Buy 100 cubes pack, get 10 free cubes. Buy the 50 cubes pack, get 5 free. Available in beef, chicken, mixed spices, and all-purpose variants.
Give more strength to your hair with Mega Leave-In Straightener. It's infused with nourishing oils and conditioning proteins, so you can say goodbye to hair breakage. Wow! Mega Growth Strengthener.
No buy am. But why? No say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big holographic seal. Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice. 50 and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the product from Big Bull Rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag. Is broken. Big Bull Rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
Mealtime is game on. Meet my Sure Bet Game Changer. Main ingredient, the game-changing aroma and taste my whole team.
Mom, why did we not use this before?
Upgrade your chicken game with game-changing flavor from chicken.
The non-activity of merit award goes to the only tomato paste manufacturer to win the National Priority Order of Award by the federal government of Nigeria, endorsed by the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria. This is an evidence of 100% natural goodness. Eat healthy, live longer. Buy now and enjoy up to 20% discount.
The world needs moms. With a splash of golden terra, a mom transforms a frown into a smile. Change no thank into yes please. Resolve family feuds without blowing a whistle. Tasty family meals is all that matters. Where there are moms, there is love. Golden Terra Oil, pour pure love.
What music means to me, without it I'm incomplete.
You're welcome back. A skills-based revolution is unfolding in Nigeria, with over 250,000 young Nigerians currently undergoing training across 2,600 technical and vocational education and training centers nationwide. So the Minister of Education went on a fact-finding mission to gauge how the initiative hiring Zenre Dingmum was part of the team.
The initiative, part of the federal government's TVET program, aims to improve and drive growth, practical, hands-on learning, reflecting the administration's belief that certificates alone are not enough. The program blends 20% theory with 80% practical experience to industry-ready graduates.
With the I was able to know more about pottery, and I can able to start something for myself.
I will go deeper in this training. I could be able to part on all that.
We want them to be employer of labor, and the way we've designed it, we're not just going to train them alone, skill them up alone. We're giving them starter pack, and at the end of this all, to give them grant to help them.
Amid the successes recorded in the training program, the Ministry of Education also met with the Nigerian education, calling for a united approach to tackle the long-standing challenges in the sector. He acknowledged the valuable support of international development partners, but stresses that lasting solutions must come from within, rooted in realities and designed to sustainably address Nigeria's unique educational needs.
Between what we're pulling from BESDA, AF, GP system strengthening system capacity grant, and also UBER budget.
Dr. Lausa again reaffirms the present administration's commitment to a robust education system in Nigeria. In Abuja, Zenred Dingmon, NTA News.
The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Public Health, Office of the Vice President, Uju Rochas Amka, has joined Governor Umar Namadi in the inauguration of the Jigawa State Nutrition Council in Dutse under the Nutrition 774 initiative at tackling malnutrition, one of the leading causes of childhood. Mohammed Kira.
Presidential aide noted that malnutrition accounts for about 45% of childhood deaths, stressing the need to strengthen nutrition structures down to the government levels. The Nutrition 774 initiative improving health, food safety and access in water, among others, with collaboration types. Governor Umar Namadi disclosed that Jigawa State allocates about ₹500 million annually for nutrition intervention, and that over 300 children have been successfully treated, while 1.3 million residents have benefited from the program.
When a child is malnourished, when a family is malnourished, the entire system focuses on what next to eat rather than development of our dear nation. This is why malnutrition is not just a problem of individuals, it's a national problem that directly affects our manpower and ultimately our nation's economic growth.
You must move down to the grassroots, talk to the mothers, let them understand what they need to do, and then also support them. And that is the essence of establishing the Maseki in the first instance.
The newly inaugurated council, chaired by the governor himself, comprises key ministries and to ensure effective coordination and delivery of nutrition services across the state. From Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
And we go to Borno, where the state governor, Babagana Umar Zulum, has called for a comprehensive review of safety and defense mechanisms. The governor made the call in Mafa town following a terror attack on Mafa and Dikwa communities. During the
by Boko Haram insurgents during the midnight attack. The attackers reportedly set ablaze dozens of vehicles conveying goods worth millions of naira, as well as a military formation within the township. They were said to have used armed drones and rocket-propelled grenades in the assault. A similar pattern of attack was recorded in Dikwa town, as confirmed by a press statement issued. Governor Zulum, who visited Mafa and Dikwa to commiserate with the victims and boost public confidence, held closed-door meetings with military officers in the affected communities. Over 50 terrorists were reportedly neutralized in the encounter. Briefing newsmen after spending the night in Mafa, Governor Zulum expressed grave concern over the emergence of the new threat.
This is frightening. In Dikwa, I was told drones were used. The proliferation of drones in the hands of the non-state actors is a matter concern to us. I'm saying this one not to the people of Borno State, but to the entire country, that let's do something in order to stop proliferation of drones.
While commending the Nigerian Armed Forces for their gallantry, the government urged members of the public to cooperate with security by providing credible information. Normalcy has since been restored to both Mafa and Dikwa, with residents going about their daily activities. In Maiduguri, Muhammad News.
Kano state government will continue to maintain high engineering standards in all infrastructure projects. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf gave the received of the Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers who were in Kano for their annual meeting. Abdullahi Mustafa
From the Urban Renewal Program aimed at upgrading metropolitan roads, construction of bridges, and expanding major arterial routes, Kano State Government has been executing various infrastructural development projects across both urban and rural communities. This was among the reasons the Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineering chose Kano as the host city for its national meeting. In appreciation and as part of the civil engineering fraternity, the leader of the institution paid a courtesy visit to Governor Abubakar Yusuf at the end of their meeting.
There is a need for us to give you an understanding.
President of the institution and other stakeholders commended the governor for his achievements and his commitment to upholding professional standards in project execution. For this, he was honored as a fellow of the Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineering.
Continue to collaborate with you in the development of not only ours, but of the entire nation.
While appreciating the civil engineers for the acknowledgement choice of Kano for the meeting, Governor Yusuf assured that quality assurance is not negotiable under his administration. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA.
The Nigerian Bar Association, Gombe State Chapter, is confident that the steps taken by the government to improve the welfare of judicial officers with provision of conducive work environment would facilitate speedy dispensation of justice. NBA Chairman, Gombe State Chapter, Barrister Al-Hassan Muazu, stated this after an inspection of the two key judicial projects. In Manila reports.
In company of state officials in the Temple of Justice, the NBA chairman is received at the site where the project for the construction of the Gombe State High Court complex reached appreciable level of completion.
This project contracted 116 weeks and comes to January of 2027. In terms of stage, at least we are about 25%.
Next is the Gombe State Court of Appeal building. Looking at the structure and the furnishing, the project appears completed.
The account section, the administrative section, also the process and litigation, which is the engine room. If a common man feels at home when approaching this court, you understand that he will find justice at the end of the day, no matter the kind of personality he is facing in his trial, whether or is a senator, definitely improvement in peace and tranquility in our dear state.
Besides the required number of courtrooms, the library, and staff offices, the Chief Registrar confirmed the recruitment of the needed judicial officers for the takeoff of proceedings at the new complex of the Sharia Court of Appeal. In Gombe, Emmanuel Akila, NTA News.
The preparedness of the election umpire and the participatory obligations of the citizens all make up for a credible, transparent, and acceptable election with portions of the electorate as the November 8th governorship election was near.
Recurrence of late arrival of electoral materials, vote buying, snatching and ballot boxes, as well as voter app elements that are said to be constraints to credible elections area. Reds who highlight these issues insist that the office of the election umpire will not surface in Anambra election since it is an off-cycle election.
There will not be problem of network issue from beavers.
The political class who the situation our own against. They are the people that make sure the INEC is compromised.
With the availability of good votes in Anambra State, stakeholders maintain the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has the willpower to redeem its image in this off-cycle Anambra election.
We must continue to educate our people everywhere that not to, because of 20,000 naira or 10,000 naira, then you mortgage your own future and the future of your children.
They, however, called for sensitization of the electorate to vote their conscience and desist from selling of votes. In Onitsha, Dora Enwe, NTA News.
And Network News continues in with Hingino as our guide. Hello, Hingino.
House of
Other stakeholders is prioritizing eco-friendly practices and infrastructure to build a resilient environment and the future of its citizens. This commitment was reiterated at a press conference for the Lagos International Climate Change Summit 2025, highlighting the state's dedication to working with nature and promoting sustainable development. Adejoke Odeka completes the report.
Big cities worldwide face climate and environmental challenges, but Lagos, being one of the most climate vulnerable states, not in on its oars. Ahead of the Lagos International Climate Change 2025, the city is proactively turning its challenges into vision, opportunities, and results, showcasing its commitment to environmental sustainability.
This year's summit will spotlight the blue economy, harnessing ocean and water for sustainable growth, green finance, mobilizing capital for renewable energy, waste recycling, and nature-based infrastructure.
Encourage people to take advantage of the Lagos State that initiated. We have the E1 boat race, and that has gone global in the sense that it places Lagos in the map of coastal tourism.
Speaking on the impact of the Great Wall of Lagos, a vital coastal protection initiative, partners emphasize that safeguarding the artificial island and Victoria Island from coastal erosion and surges requires collective efforts.
The whole essence is our weakness, strength. Ashes in the environmental space.
Lagos State continued effort to address climate change. Stakeholders say demonstrate her commitment to ensuring environmental sustainability and resilience, protecting its coastline citizens. In Lagos, Adejoke, NTA News.
Building trust in the public in local public scrutiny using ethics of public remains key in reshaping government reputation all levels at the national and sub-national levels. This is the submission of public relations experts, policymakers, and media heads at a roundtable on reshaping reputation of governance through ethics of relations. Lanre Belay has details.
Sustaining public relations tradition is an asset not be discarded. This forum gathered the moguls, officials, and PR colleagues in the private sector provide detailed complexities of modern public relations, offer advice, and thought-provoking discussions in polishing image of governance.
It's a call for action for each and every one of us to collectively take responsibility to change the narrative about our country. This is a dear country that is endowed with so many things.
Keynote speaker and broadcast journalist John Momo gave proceedings of the discourse where he emphasized that publicans must first build trust with the people.
Let us pledge that in every statement we draft, message we shape, and every story we tell, truth will lead, ethics will follow.
Other guests corrected the same in their speech and panel discussions.
Reputation is wired in a texture. It is built trust.
Pass your information across and be consistent with it, and then also relaying information. Feed to accountability to transparency. Begin to build trust gradually.
It is the 25th edition of NECHI Public Relations Roundtable 6 to promote dialogue, learning, advocacy, professionalism, and ethics in Lagos. Lanre, NTA News.
That's it from here. Dams is standing by with business news after the break.
House of Representatives Committee on Internal Security of the National Assembly
welcomes the stakeholders and general public to a one-day public hearing on a bill for an act for the establishment and the functions of the Legislative Security Directorate in the National Assembly to support the qualification and condition of service of the Sergeant at Arms and other personnel Directorate and for related matters 2024. Date Tuesday 28th October 2020. 10 a.m. Venue Conference Room 028 House of Representatives New Building. Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, PhD, Speaker, House of Representatives. Host, Honorable Garba Muhammad, Chairman. Announcer, Dauda Ibrahim, Clerk to the committee.
Hi, baby. Hello. I know. I've missed you.
Why text when you talk? With Glow Talk Master 6 for 6, you get all the time you need to friends and loved ones free with Glow Talk Master. Talk for 6 minutes and get 6 minutes free plus 50 MB data. Simply dial *606#. New Glow subscribers also enjoy extra data and airtime. That's right. Every time you make up minutes of call day, you get 6 free minutes plus 50 MB data. Simply dial *606# now to enjoy Glow Talk Master. That's right. 50 MB free data to connect and share as you please.
My morning ritual starts here, surrounded by life-made furniture. From my wardrobe to life-made's customization designs every piece to perfection. I love that in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, Badon, and Kano, there's life-made furniture.
For a whole house and furniture projects, call 081 2000 6000 or visit lifemade.com. Lifemade, your life made forever.
Mama no lie yo, food way sweet na money kill and plus everything combined oh. Everything combined oh. Ogbonge just arrive oh. She tell me say na Devon King so ya all she dey use fry oh. Yeah. Now why did you love it this sweet like this? The chicken the grease, fry the plantain.
Introducing the new Devon King's vegetable oil, available in stores near you.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need help.
Mommy, so much.
Na money point oh.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer.
Na money point oga. Oh, na confirm.
Na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as Sure Banker. Progress na small wind where they carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go buy ball.
Victor, even you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money Point, made for your progress.
Mealtime is game on. Meet my Sure Bet Game Changer, made from natural ingredients to deliver game-changing chicken aroma and taste from my team.
Mom, why did we not use this before?
Upgrade your chicken game with game-changing chicken flavor from Maggi Chicken.
Give more strength to your hair with Mega Growth Leave-In Straightener. It's infused with nourishing oil, conditioning so you can say goodbye to hair breakage. Wow! Mega Growth Straightener.
TerraCube is available in beef, chicken, jollof, and shrimp flavors at attractive prices of 50, 100, 200, and 500 naira.
TerraCube, boy, unleash taste.
Thanks for staying tuned on Talk Business. I will start by telling that ahead of meeting to global titans, the United States of America and China. The World Trade Organization's director on against continuing of trade between U.S. and China nears expiration. The October 30 meeting scheduled for the sidelines of the Asia Economic Summit in South Korea is expected to agree on deals that will stop ongoing global GDP loss. Contraction of trade among other challenges.
That any kind of that divides the world into two trading blocks is going to result in significant global GDP losses in the longer term, okay? Up to 7% global GDP losses and double-digit welfare losses for developing countries. So it's not only the big powers or the rich countries. The poorer countries will lose even more.
We'll make a deal on, I think, everything. We'll make a deal on soy and the farmers. I think we're going to make a deal on maybe even nuclear. He would like to, I'm not sure that he did at the beginning. He would now like to see that war end.
Well, a deal there will be beneficial to all. Now, talking about the markets in Nigeria, South Africa, as well as Tunisia, it's been a week of bullish wins as the Nigerian equities market closed the week extending gains across 5 sessions as optimistic investors continued to buy. Investors gained 736.48 billion naira as market capitalization to 80.80 trillion naira. Dangote Cement, MTN Nigeria, and Guaranteed Holding Company are top stocks to look at Africa top 40. It was a slip at the finish as the market experienced a decline of 0.22%. For the Tunisian Tune Index is holding steady with a 0.58% at the end of week's transaction. That is it on business for the week ended. Lami, you can take it from here.
Thank you, Benny. Former First Lady Dame Patience Johnson has urged contestants of the 2025 Miss and Mr. Africa Tourism representing their various countries across to promote peace and harmony, receiving a delegation of the organizers of the program. Dame Johnson also urged them to be good ambassadors who project Africa's image to the world in gender-based issues, youth empowerment, and rights acts. Initiative enable tourism to grow. The impatience also urged project leaders of their different countries while they set their eyes on becoming successful.
Which is implied to states. I know most of you all are champions for it. So I urge you to serve as role models. Pay serious attention to health sector, especially the youths, where we
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has congratulated elder statesman, businessman, and philanthropist Chief Adebutu on Lexington's 90th birthday. The president described Chief Adebutu's national icon, whose life work, and generosity in his inspiring and beyond. Commends Chief's role, especially in the industry, clubs and opportunities for many, as well as his Lexington Adebukonola Adebutu Foundation, which has supported youth development and community welfare. President Tinubu noted that Adebutu's sincerity, compassion, and service him respect across the country. To take another, do stay.
What makes a true leader in the game? Is it being the first to start? For over a decade, one name has always led in front. That name is Bet. Naga. Bet Builder, Bet Free, Bet Boom. Not just features. With 300,000 live matches, aim to win. Just another reason why Bet Naija is truly Nigeria's number one.
Jen, lovely meals you can cook with these ingredients. You spend heavily of a tasty meal. Not making a right choice of seasoning cube can ruin your meal, money, and confidence. For a meal, do compromise. Choose Gold.
Use Era Gold. Consistent taste your loved ones crave for. Good for soups, stews, and jollof. Era Gold. 1 kilo endless ways.
Give more to your hair with Mega Growth Leave-In Straightener. It's infused with nourishing oils and conditioning protein. You can. Wow! Mega Growth Leave-In Straightener.
Good, tasty food worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Balanced rice bran oil is rich in gamma aromatase. Several studies suggest that gamma aromatase contribute to reduction in bad cholesterol and terrace. Smart balance.
Kids! Stop it! Haba! Oh, children. What you do? Your husband children. Good. I know you know. Nana, why not? Yeah, I smart. Lydia IUD smart. She no? With Lydia IUD, you can have the children you can afford and space them between 5 to 10 years. And you can still give birth. Move it anytime you want. Just call 790. That is the code to freedom and enjoyment. Enjoyment mistress. Thanks.
What would you need?
Guys, food is ready.
Cook to impress.
New wave of thousands of create through micro and medium space behind the Renewed Hope Agenda. What are these strategies from the Renewed Hope Agenda that gave rise to thousands of job creation over the past 2 years under President Tinubu's administration? MSME survey debunked the perceived notion, no job creation, exposing it as misinformation. Find out from NTA Tuesday Live, coming up on the 28th October 2025, about these strategies. Tuesday Live, every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Educative and incisive as ever. Join us.
As part of efforts to bring to an end the Russian-Ukraine war, fresh U.S. heavily on Russia and its former South African Zuma has been ordered by a court to repay legal fees paid for his legal battles with state funds. Here is Kulu Muhammad with details on these and other stories on Global Update.
President Vladimir Putin's U.S. sanctions to use an unfriendly act which is damaging Russian-American relations. He spoke to the press after attending a meeting of the Russian Geographical Society in Moscow. Putin adds that it will be impossible to replace all of Russian oil. Jacob Zuma, whose presidency was marred by numerous corruption allegations before office in 2018, has been given to make if Zuma to repay this deadline may freeze his Congo pushed back an accusation that the group stole millions of dollars from a mine located in an area controlled by fighters. And in South Kivu said the group looted more than 500 kilos of gold from its concession in the province. The company accused the group of employing Rwandan geologists located in Vonelanga, denied allegation, saying in question operated by artisanal workers and not an industrial operation. Kola Muhammad.
All right, Secretary of the Commonwealth Association, Seydou Jibril, has evidence that the new Handball Federation of Nigeria will be player-driven as the development sport in Nigeria remains top agenda. Seydou, a presidential Saturday's elective Congress, joined candidates to present their manifestos to the Electoral Committee. He commended the National Commission for ensuring decorum in the build-up to the polls scheduled for Saturday. The
caliber of people I've seen representing the board are people of great minds, and I'm very sure handle positively. And with that, it will give us a room that our programs and goals will be easily achieved.
Team FCT have emerged winners in the male and female category of the maiden edition of the Nigeria School Volleyball Championship in Abuja. About 17 male and females from 10 states competed for top honors over 5 days at the indoor sports hall of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. FCT Team 1 overcame Kaduna in the boys' final with FCT Team 2 runs, while FCT defeated FCT Team 2 in the girls' final, with Bayelsa finishing third.
As a result of hard work and teamwork, good coaching.
All these children, wonderful. And I want to tell you that next I'll be on 15 under 17.
I'm very excited. The quality of play from our athletes, from our children, and have as young as 12,
Football now has the Super Falcons of Nigeria confident in the final round of the 2026 Women's Africa National Qualifiers with a 2-0 win over Benin Republic's Amazon. Inchuzo opened in the game. Bronco then doubled Nigeria's lead before halftime to put the Super Falcons firmly in control of the tie ahead of the second leg in Abeokuta next day. And to the league now, where Katsina United earlier recorded a slim 1-0 win over Okanemi Warriors of Maiduguri in the opening of the 10th game of Nigeria Premier Football League. 7 more matches are scheduled for Saturday and Sunday as teams are to piled more misery on struggling West Ham United in the Premier League with another defeat in the offing in their week 9 encounter. On Chelsea are at home to Sunderland in a match that will be live on TA, with Manchester United facing Brighton as Liverpool will be home back when they play away at Watford. That does it on Sports Tonight. Let's return to live.
That's the end of the network news for tonight. Thank you for being with us. Do have a wonderful weekend. Lami Ali.